to my channel. So today's video is going to be a tutorial on this makeup look. I decided to do something kind of glamorous for like the holiday season. So I think that this would be perfect for like a Christmas look if you didn't want to do like the strict like red colors and stuff. So I thought this was really pretty. It's also a halo eye, which I don't think I've done here on my channel before. I think I've done one of them, and I think it was like a green smoky eye. But I love this technique. I think it's so pretty. It's so like easy to do, and it's such an easy way to like amp up your look because of the like kind of cut crease. It's like a half cut crease, and then you have like the darkness in the inner corner and outer corner, and then the lightness all over the lid. It's just really pretty. It brings a lot of attention to your eye color and your eye shape. So I just think this is perfect for like a holiday party. New Year's Eve it would be perfect for. Anything that you guys kind of want to get a little bit dressed up and dolled up for, this is a perfect look for that. So yeah, if you guys like to see how I got this makeup look, then just keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below, as well as hit the little bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. But other than that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this J1 Jelly Pack. This is the red version. It's a primer from J1, and it's a really sticky kind of tacky kind of primer. So I love to go in with this primer first, and then I go in with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. This is really good at smoothing over my pores and just giving like a nice canvas to your foundation. So I'm just applying that like in my center areas, and then I'm going to go in with foundation. So the two foundations I'm going to take are the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation and the Milk Blur Foundation. I mix these two together, and then I take the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist and my Real Technique sponge, and I spray one time, and I just go in and I blend. So every time I pick up more foundation, I just spray one time on the sponge. I just feel like this really kind of shears out the foundation because it's super full coverage, but it also gives it like a very natural kind of finish and like a luminous dewy kind of look to my skin. So now I'm just applying MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I believe it's in the shade NW25. And then again, I just spray my brush, or not my brush, my sponge with the same setting spray. And I'm just going to blend that out with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. So now I'm just going to take my Laura Mercier baking powder, and I'm just going to set my entire under eye area with the same sponge, and I'm just going to apply that powder all over my face. I just like the way that this applies, and it really kind of mattifies my skin so I don't get oily throughout the day. So I did one eye off of camera, so I knew what I was doing, and I'm going to do the second eye on camera. So I'm just going to take the Jaclyn Hill Vault Collection. This is the palette Bling Boss, and I'm going to use that color Hush Hush in the crease of my eye for my transition shade. So I'm just going to blend this back and forth just in circular motions all over from the outer corner towards the inner corner. Now I'm going to take the MAC Burgundy x9 palette, and this kind of, it's like a shade darker than the Hush Hush shade, and I'm just going to do the exact same thing and just blend this into my crease from outer corner towards the inner corner. And with this look, I'm going to make sure I get it as dark from the outer corner as the inner corner because we're going to be doing a halo eye, so I do want the darkness on the outer edge as well as the inner corner as well. So now I'm going to pick up Sparks, which is a really pretty like red burgundy color, and I'm just going to apply this on the outer corner and then blend into the inner corner as well. I really make sure that I get a good amount of product in the inner corner so that when we cut the crease, you really do have the depth on the outer edge as well as the inner corner. Then I always go back in with the blending brush just to make sure that there's no harsh edges. Now picking up Rockstar, which is like a really pretty purple, and I'm just going to focus that on the outer corner as well, just to make sure that I'm darkening as I go, because I really like the gradient between like burgundies, purples, and like mauves, and then I focus the same color in the inner corner. So now I'm going to pick up the color Mystic, which is like a deep purple. It really reminds me of MAC Sketch, and I'm just going to layer that right over top of that purple that we just laid down, just to deepen it up and make sure that it's like nice and smoky in the inner corner and the outer corner. So yeah, I'm just using a smaller brush just to make sure that I get like the pigment where I want it to be, and then I always go in with the blending brush just to make sure that I'm blending any harsh edges as I go. Now I'm just taking concealer. I believe I'm using MAC Studio Finish concealer, and I'm just using a flat shader kind of brush just to cut the crease. This is kind of hard to do, not gonna lie, because you have to make sure that they're even on both sides, and I'm so like picky when it comes to stuff like this, because if I look down and I feel like it's uneven, it just ruins the look. So as you can see, I kind of messed up a little bit right there. But it's kind of easy to cover up with the glitter later on. So I'm just going to apply the concealer and just cut the crease, and then I blend the edges with my finger. So with a halo eye, you just want to cut right in the center and then kind of blend the edges so that it kind of fades into the eyeshadow, if that makes sense. So here I am kind of blending my finger so that it's not such a harsh edge, and then I go in and apply my lid color, which is this one. I think it's called Ballsy. I love these names, they're so cute. So I'm just applying this with a 242 brush from MAC, and I did spray my brush a little bit with Fix Plus to make it a more metallic kind of color, and I'm just applying that all over the entire area that I cut the crease with. And then to blend the edges, I'm using that cranberry color. I don't know what that name was. I kind of just forgot what it was called. But I'm using this to help blend the harsh edges with the concealer so that it just kind of fades into these colors. You don't want to have any harsh edges when you have like a cut crease. You just want everything to kind of flow naturally. So now I'm going to take VIP, which is from the Armed and Gorgeous palette, and I'm going to spray my brush with Fix Plus and just apply that right in the center of that ballsy color, just to give it more of a metallic look. And I really wanted that eye area to stand out a little bit more, so that it gives that illusion of like a brighter lid space. So I just apply that all over the center of my eye, and then I'm going to take Rockstar and Berry Treasure. I'm going to mix these two together and just darken up the inner corner and the outer corner just to help blend those edges so that it kind of just flows evenly and there's no harsh edges. So now I'm going to go in with this MAC liner. I believe it's from a holiday collection, but any liner will do. And I'm just basically mapping out where I want that crease to be really defined. And then I'm going to go over top of that with the NYX glitter. So I apply the liner first, and then I go over top with the glitter glue, and then I pop on the glitter, just to give it more of a like holiday vibe. And I just think these like cranberry purples and glitter just screams like New Year's Eve and like Christmas. It's just so pretty, and it just gives the look even more of a glamorous kind of look. So I'm just applying that right into the crease of my eye, and this is really going to define that cut crease that we have going on. And then I'm just going to tight line with Graph Black. This is just a black liner. I'm just going to apply that to my tight line and then underneath my waterline, just to give it more of a smoky look. So now I'm just dusting off that translucent powder, and I'm going to take Mystic from the Bling Boss palette, and I'm just going to apply that with a definer brush underneath my lash line. And then I'm going to blend that out with the purple Rockstar with a kind of blending pointer brush, and I'm just going to apply that from outer corner towards the inner corner and really smoke that out to make it really dramatic. You don't have to make it this dramatic, but I just think that these eyes just, you really need a smoky lower lash line. And then I go over top of that with that burgundy color just to give it more of a burgundy kind of look. To highlight my inner corner, I'm going back in with that VIP shade, and I'm just applying that to my inner corner as well as my brow bone. Getting back onto the face, I'm going to take the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm just going to mix those two light shades and just apply that underneath my eyes just to kind of brighten up that area, because I just think that this look calls for a bright under eye. Then I'm going to go in with that middle contour shade, and I'm just going to sculpt out my cheekbones and just blend that in the hollows of my cheeks as well as my forehead, under my jawline, and you know, everywhere that you pretty much contour is where I'm going to put this. For bronzer, I'm going to take MAC Give Me Sun, and I'm just going to apply that right over top of the contour just to help warm up my skin because I felt like I just wanted a little bit more warmth. For blush, I'm going to use MAC Warm Soul. It's a really pretty kind of mauve with a little bit of shimmer in it, so I think it goes perfect with these eyes. It's really monochromatic, so it just ties in right with the eyes. And then I'm just going to bake underneath my contour just to help sharpen it up a little bit since we are going a little more dramatic on the eyes. For highlighter, I'm just going to apply some of this Hourglass, what is it called? Luminous Light. And I'm just applying that right over top of the blush, down the center of my nose, Cupid's bow, forehead, pretty much everywhere because this is such a light, natural kind of highlight. I just apply it like as powder, pretty much. For highlight, I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Starlit powder in number 13. It is such a beautiful kind of, like, it's a blinding highlight. It is so pretty, and I think it goes perfect with the eyes because it's kind of got that like purpley kind of light undertone. So I'm just applying that to the tops of my cheekbones, my nose, Cupid's bow, chin, everywhere. So I'm just dusting off that bake, and then I'm going to move on to my lips. I'm using Urban Decay Liar lip pencil. I love these lip pencils. I feel like they last a really long time, and this color is like my favorite kind of like mauve-y nude, and I just think that this look or these lips just go perfect with the eyes and the cheeks, and everything's just very monochromatic. And then for my lipstick, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Virgin. It's a really pale kind of like baby pinky kind of color. And then I'm just gonna set all of this with the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray just to make sure that this is ready and set for the entire night because you don't want it to go anywhere. And then I just fan it off. I'm just going to spray a little bit of that Luminous Dewy Skin Mist right on the top of the highlight just to make sure that it pops a little bit more. I do cover up my eyes because it does have oil in it, so I don't want my eyeshadow to transfer. So for lips, I'm just popping on Maybelline Baddest Beige. It is such a beautiful lipstick from the drugstore, you guys. Oh my god. So here's the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial and get some inspiration for the holidays. I just think it's so pretty and so glamorous. So yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!